Oh, there's a Kraken swell on. Hello and welcome to the Slippy Limpets video. We are on the beach in the middle of winter in Northumberland. It's freezing cold, it's blowing a gale, and we're after cod as always. We are fishing the tide down. I've just arrived maybe half hour after high tide. Low tide's at about, well, midnight, just after midnight. Conditions wise, it's strong southwesterly winds. Temperature we're looking at about 0 with about -2 or 3 with wind chill. The tides are quite large, although they're dropping down in amplitude, so getting smaller and smaller. Pressure is low and falling. The swell is, well, it was around 6 foot. Well, it was 10 foot yesterday, but it's 6 foot today and dropping down nicely. So all in all, should be pretty good conditions for a good session really, although the Saluna chart seems to think otherwise, based on Saluna conditions, if you're into any of that sort of thing. It's basically the tide and the moon phase together, and apparently someone's worked out about when fish will bite. Sometimes it's accurate, sometimes it's not. Depends if you look and you catch fish, I guess. But yeah, hopefully we'll get amongst them. Well, here's the result of the first cast. Just took us all of about 5 minutes. This really fine stuff that's a real pain because it just wraps around everything and drags your line into the water, whereas a bit of that is alright. But this stuff, it clogs up your top eye if it gets that far up your line and you cannot wind in. I was here last week and I lasted 3 minutes on the beach because it was just, my line was horizontal to the beach within 3 minutes of casting. And I think that is my rig. Yeah, there's my snood. All of this is wrapped around my line and it weighs an absolute ton. Right, I can't wind anymore. Find it. It doesn't matter if you have a lead or not, or a clip or whatever, it just, as long as there's some sort of change in diameter, then this stuff just catches on it. Sorry if there's any water on the lens, obviously I can't help it while it's chucking it down. So bait wise, I've got the worms, some yellows in there, and then got squid and some carp. I'm just going to stick worms on for the minute because being that it might not last very long, I need to use these up. A little bait by the recent standards. What I might do in a bit as well is elastic the grips down on my legs so that they don't trip as easy. Third cast in the water now. The weed is a nightmare. I was thinking about packing it up, but a fella down the way has just caught an 8-pounder, so I think I'll stick it out. This is at about half an hour, 20 minutes. And as you can see, it's absolutely covered in weed, so let's get it in. not that bad, this cast. So the first 3 casts have all been on straight yellowtails. This one is squid and carp. Got 2 rigs on the go. Go worm next. Also changed up and put a circle hook on the top here. Stop fish getting deep hooked. And also just a slightly slimmer profile. Just a 4-row. Bottom hook is a 6-0 Cox and Roll surf hook. That's as far as I'm going. Well, that's the 4th bait in the water now. Hooked it well left, so it's going to get affected by the swell. But the guy to my, sorry, I hooked it right, and the guy to my right's yarking in the fish, so maybe I'll wait fishing on his patch in a minute. So while this bait's soaking, just thought I'd mention that I'm about, well, soon hopefully, I'm going to hit 15,000 subs, and to say thank you to everyone for joining the channel over the years. I'm going to do a giveaway. I've never done this before, so yeah, quite excited for it. Giveaway is going to be, I think, it's about £400 worth of stuff, swag. It's going to be one of the rucksacks that I use for lure fishing, which I modify, and I'll do the same to yours, which I think cost about £180. I didn't pay that, but I couldn't afford that. But I managed to pick them up in the sale, so I've got another one. A pair of shoes that I've also used for years for lure fishing and all my approach and things, which are fully waterproof and that type of thing, and I think they're worth about 165 quid. Also going to give away a Slippy Limpets hoodie, which you can customise, put your name on or something along those lines. And the really special thing is a limited edition Slippy Limpet branded topwater lure made by TC Lures and Mark Howling, and these things are proven fish catchers. Awesome bass fishing lures, much like a sort of patch 125 or 100, but better in my opinion. Plus it's got a Slippy Limpets brand on, so keep watching, I'll tell you how to enter. So yeah, stay tuned. Put my snagged on. Don't think I've ever been snagged on this part of the beach before. Maybe a fish might come to my rescue. Well, I popped out the snag, but this is the biggest piece of weed yet. Time to snip the line. Most of my worms have decided to turn from yellows to blacks. Oh, that's my finger as well. Not going to bother whipping these. Let's just get it out. perfectly straight this time. Let's hope I can last more than 5 minutes without having to bring it back in. Oh no, it's weeded already. Oh. Come on, rod wrist. Missed it. Well, maybe not. Finally. It's not big. But I'll take it. Been here 3 hours. I've got absolutely no weed on my line. There we go, first of the night. Can't believe it's taken this long. But not much weed on my line, which is a great start, so hopefully they can only get bigger. The snood's chafed ours, so I think I tie another one on. 30-pound amnesia, so it's pretty tough, but best not to be lazy. Don't want anything to, want everything at top notch. Just kick yourself if you use a frayed line or something that's not quite right, and you lose a good fish. I use a uni knot to tie all of my knots, apart from leaders, which is an FG, but everything I use is a uni knot. 4-0 on the bottom and a 4-0 for me Pennel and a 6-0 for me main hook. You don't need to be scared to use big hooks. When a fish like that can take a 6-0, trying to filter through the small fish. That's why I was using big baits, but in previous sessions, like I said, something like that can you take a 6-0. Probably won't hook up to as many small fish with bigger hooks, but it depends what you're fishing for, I guess. Again, I'm not going to whip it out, I'm just going to leave them like that. Water's manky, so presentation doesn't really matter. Right, that's the next bait in the water. Hopefully the weed will become less and less, more of an issue, and the fish will get bigger and bigger. 5th cast now, 10:30. Still got about 2 hours till low water, so yeah, game on. Oh, yes. It's either a canny one, oh, there's a load of weed with it. Kind of feel too many head shakes. Oh yeah, there we go. It's kicking. Where is it? Couldn't have cast that far, surely. I've got a coolie, a kelp with rock, and it looks like some old Muppet string, an old Muppet string attached to it. So that's what's happened. The Muppets got wrapped around the lead. So someone's hooked this this rock. Coolie's only got one eye as well. Well, let's get it back. Right, well, let's go full worm again. And after that, we're on the big baits. We'll go. That's 6 cast in the water. Gone complete, well, 10 o'clock. If I wanted to cast 12, it's gone to 10, which is across the waves, which is not ideal. But luckily, since the tides dropped, the swells died down a little bit as well. Gonna give this 10 minutes. Got a coffee to drink, nice cold coffee. And see if I can't get another fish on the shore. Oh, that's not going well tonight. I looked around and my rod wasn't there. I was like, what's going on? 4 for a very tiny split second. Big fish would come and take my rod away. But no, I always get little taps. Look like coolies again. Coolie, have a codler. Slightly bigger than the last one, not much. It's not as transparent anyway. Let's get it back. Canny bait. Hopefully it gets a canny fish. Just takes forever, this stuff. 7th bait, I think. Gone at 11 o'clock this time, not 12 o'clock, so that's good. Emptying out, like, it is a big tide. Seems like there's a reef or a load of rocks out there which isn't normally there, so I'm guessing with the big swells that we've had recently it's really emptied out the beach. But ordinarily I could wade for quite a way and get cast to the other side of that area at least. But with this hole in me wader in the welly, which I've got no idea how it got there, it's a bit uncomfortable in this temperature, so I haven't. So I just wellied it as far as I can, and it's a big bait as well, so as ever, fingers crossed, and hopefully we can get a slightly bigger fish on the shore. Well, it's midnight now, and that means it's about low water, and this bait's had maybe 45 minutes soaking, and I've had one hit. It looks like the weed is still about, although because the swell's not as big now, it's a lot more manageable. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wind this one in, put a fresh bait in ready for the turn of the tide before so I can get pushed up the beach. And because the tide comes in so quickly here, that means that my effective casting range will be artificially increased. Well, no way. Of all that bait, there's absolutely nothing left. Just elastic and a little bit of worm. Didn't think I'd be getting crabbed at this time of year. I saw one fish that I had a hit on, sucked the whole thing off me off here, but I think the amount of elastic on it looks like you're being crabbed. Oh, I'm really surprised at that. Another bait. How the hell did the crabs get through a whole squid? There must be an army of them out there. Alright, let's get another cart wing out. They're proper wings, unlike the one that I had. I've been getting recently from a different shop. Billy's and North Shields, get some decent cart wings. Go this way so I'm not in the wind. What I'm going to do this time, I think, is whip the top up first, hopefully try and close it up. Put that nice and tight. Hopefully that should stop all the cart from squelching out. Yeah, it has. Nice. Do that again. I think with these baiting tools, these edges are a little sharp. They could do with maybe being a little bit smoother to help get the bait off. Stick a couple of holes in that just to let the cart scent escape, since I've gonna have to move forward. Didn't realise the tide water's so far away. Big gully in front of us. Stop there. Well, that's the final bait in the water. So hopefully it's going to be the last cast fish. I'm going to give it about 40 minutes, 45. And the tide will start pushing and maybe we might get another fish. Here comes the water. Tide's pushing now. Come on, fish. This has had 20 minutes so far. Does anyone else get hat head? So where you've been wearing a hat for ages and then you take it off and you just want to itch your head, and got the heaters on the go as well in the car because it's pretty cold. Given that I've been wet for the past 7 hours. It's 20 past 1 as well, so it's been a long one. A long one but enjoyable, hard going. Slightly disappointed in the catch rate considering the conditions. I thought I've fished these types of conditions before and had a much better catch rate. I was probably hampered by the weed a little bit. I know there was fish around because the guy 20 feet away from us came away with a really nice bag. The other 5 guys on the beach, I think only maybe got 1 or 2 between them, so this one guy was totally on it. Still really enjoyed it though. Love being out and fishing in the cold and the wind and the rain and a bit of snow as well, so yeah, it was cracking and I hope you enjoyed it too. So with regards to the giveaway, all you need to do is to leave a comment on this video, and the comment just needs to include Slippy Limpets somewhere in the in your comment, even just a comment of Slippy Limpets, but you know, say hello. And what we'll do is when I've got just about to hit or have hit 15,000, which will probably be in maybe 2 to 3 weeks, fingers crossed, if you tell all your buddies about it and share it out, this video out and any other video you like, it'll come quicker. And I'll keep you up to date with community posts to let you know when it'll happen. And what we'll do is we'll do a live draw, and I'll use a random comment picker, and it'll filter out all the comments with Slippy Limpets in, and then pick a random one, and you've got a chance of winning all that kit. I'm not sponsored or associated with these brands, it's just stuff I've kind of used over the years, found and used and really like using, and I just want to give something back as a way of saying thank you. So I'm sure you'll enjoy using it as well if you get them, and especially the lure. If you like bass fishing, then yeah, that lure will catch you plenty bass, and it'll only be 1 of 5 in the world. They sell lots, it's a popular lure, but there's only 5 in the world with Slippy Limpets across the back instead of the TC Lures branding. If you want to check out TC Lures, go and have a look on the website, or one of Mr. Fish, Veals, Lure Fishing for Bass, they all sell that particular lure. It's called the Zip Wake, and it's designed by TC Lures and a really good bass guide called Mark Howling, and they work, believe me. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the subscribe button if you did. Leave a comment, obviously, if you want, especially if you want a chance of winning that swag, and tell your friends, and share my channel video out, and we'll get to 15,000 quicker, and we'll get picking a winner quicker as well. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and thank you very much for watching. Tight lines.